Meanwhile, shifting focus, a lot has changed in the last 9 years of the Modi government, particularly in terms of technology, infrastructure, self-reliance and connectivity. Atmanirbharta has been the main mission of the central government, and its achieved milestones are in making India self-reliant. And this is seen most definitively and perhaps most visibly in the railway sector, whether it is through new stations, modern stations that have come up, or even these new high-speed trains, the Vande Bharat trains. So I'll be speaking to Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw in just 1 second. But first, the story of what has changed for the Great Indian Railways in the last 9 years.
आज चुनौती ये नहीं है कि आप कितने एफिशिएंट हैं, बल्कि चुनौती ये तय करने में है कि जहां जो डेफिशिएंसी है वो कैसे दूर होगी.
India's target is clear, a 5 trillion economy, and to achieve that, the Prime Minister has made up his mind. It's self-reliance, connectivity and vocal for local. As PM, Narendra Modi has shown meticulous dedication towards India's infrastructure push. Evident from the fact that India now has 16 Vande Bharat routes that are operational, 2 more that have been flagged off. Indigenously manufactured, semi-high-speed, self-propelled trains, all achieved in a span of 4 years. India's rail infra push has been so comprehensive that the country saw many milestones, including the first double-decker passenger train, privately operated train services, and launch of high-speed train projects.
यदि लक्ष्य दुरंत है, यात्राएं दिगंत है, समंदर और चुनौतियां अनंत है, भारत का उत्तर है विक्रांत.
Atmanirbharta push in the defence sector has been the Prime Minister's pet project. And that push ensures our forces not only are better equipped, but are also proud of its self-reliance. Just recently, the Indian Navy achieved a historic milestone by undertaking a maiden night landing of MiG-29K on INS Vikrant.
जो सुविधा शहर को उपलब्ध है, वो सुविधा गांव को भी उपलब्ध होनी चाहिए. अगर शहर में बिजली जगमगाती है, तो गांव में भी बिजली जगमगानी चाहिए. अगर शहर के लोग मन चाहे तब टीवी देख सकते हैं, गांव के लोग भी देख सकें.
International Energy Agency has called India's rural electrification push one of the greatest success stories. By 2021, India's average rural power supply improved to 22 hours a day. Prime Minister Gati Shakti, the National Infrastructure Master Plan, seamlessly links road, rail, air and water transport. Total investment for 83,677 kilometre long roads, committed new highways, is estimated at 10.63 lakh crores under the Bharatmala Pariyojana. Meanwhile, the Udan scheme has ensured that every Indian can now take to the skies.
भारत का स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम आज दुनिया में अपना परचम लहरा रहा है. ये भारत के स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम की ताकत है कि वो पैशन से, सिंसियरिटी से और इंटीग्रिटी से भरा हुआ है.
All right. 2 areas which have been a big focus for the Modi government. One, revamping railway infrastructure, and the other, of course, the digital infrastructure. Joining me now is the Minister in charge of both railways as well as information technology. Thank you very much, Ashwini Vaishnaw, for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. It's been 9 years of the Modi government, and the one sector which has seen visible change in these 9 years is railways, whether it is through new railway stations or these modern high-speed Vande Bharat trains. What has been your response in seeing the arc of progress in railway sector, where I said the the visibility of this development is very much front and center. As the minister in charge, what are your thoughts today?
Absolutely. In the last 9 years, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has totally transformed railways. You go to the railway stations, they are spick and span, they are very clean. The trains are running on time. All the toilets have been converted to bio toilets. There is a total transformative change in railways. If you look at the previous 60 years, just about 30,000 kilometers were electrified. In the last 9 years, 40,000 kilometers have been electrified. If you look 9 years back, only about 3.5-4 kilometers a day new tracks were laid. Today, 14 kilometers a day, which means 5,000 kilometers in a year. So in the last year, if we compare, the entire network of Switzerland has been added to Indian Railways. That kind of change has happened.
Okay.
1,275 stations are being developed as world-class stations. So that's the kind of change which is happening. Govt, world-class safety system, that is being installed. So every aspect of passengers' journey is finding a transformative change, and when we meet the passengers, they give this feedback and they realize what kind of change that has happened in their lives.
The other ministry which you deal with is, of course, information technology. And one of the things that's being said is that the government needs to do more to try and control the impact that the big tech companies have. World over, we're seeing this here in India as well, that a handful of big tech companies, multinational, transnational technology companies, are actually reducing the power of governments, are reducing the power of individual consumers. So what is your government and your ministry planning to do about that?
In fact, the entire world has today realized that unlike many other countries where the big tech is dominant, they control every transaction, India has actually created a new model. That model is of India Stack, which was created as a part of the Digital India initiative. In this model, no big tech is able to dominate any transactions. For example, the payment system. The payment platform was created using public funds, and startups, industry, people, everybody joined. More than 300 million users have joined. Many startups are there. Everybody is providing the service and they are competing on the basis of quality of service.
Okay.
This kind of system the world has acknowledged, officially accepted in G20 and G7 and SCO. All these global forums have organized, and today and now Japan has also accepted the importance and the power of this concept. They have agreed to adopt the UPI payment system.
What?
So our model is of democratizing technology versus the other model in the rich countries where technology is in the hands of some dominant players.
Okay. One of the criticisms by the opposition is that while there's been this physical infrastructure upgrade, digital infrastructure development, they say that two issues where the Modi government in the last 9 years has failed the people of India. One is price rise, and two, unemployment, both of which are going up in India. And also they say India, which was a democracy, a functioning, vibrant democracy, according to them, is slipping into the territory of an electoral autocracy. How do you respond to that criticism? Absolutely not.
I don't agree with this. See, social infrastructure also has seen huge changes. Take the case of AIIMS. Up to 2014, there were only 7 AIIMS. Today, there are almost 20 AIIMS. So, every sector, whether it is education, whether it is healthcare, whether it is providing basic amenities to the people in the villages, everywhere people have seen a transformative change. And that change is what giving that huge trust in Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's way of functioning. He has shifted Indian politics from keeping the poor as a vote bank to a very committed, very sincere, very dedicated way of bringing the benefits, bringing a transformative change in people's lives.
And finally, after the Karnataka election result recently, and the opposition is saying the Karnataka results, where the BJP lost quite badly and the Congress won a big victory, they say the result is basically illustrative or is an example of the limitations of Modi Sarkar, the limitations of this double-engine government that you go around professing. They're also saying that Karnataka was just the beginning. You're going to see similar results in state elections that are coming up, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. Of course, you hail from Rajasthan. So how would you counter that?
In Rajasthan, the people have, almost everybody has understood the deep level of corruption of Ashok Gehlot government. People have understood how the government is not even able to do something as simple as conduct the exams for jobs in a proper way. There is paper leak day after day. In contrast, if you look, Prime Minister Modi ji's way of working, railway recruitment for example, more than 1 crore applicants, more than 300 cities in which examination happened, more than 700 shifts in which the exam was conducted. Flawless. Not a single complaint of any paper leak. That's the kind of thought process people want. Delivery. People want proper, absolutely clean governance, and the Modi government has shown that, demonstrated that, first in Gujarat during Prime Minister Modi ji's chief ministership, and now at the national level. So people understand this. People are looking at that as their future.
All right, Ashwini Vaishnaw, for the moment, thank you very much for joining us here on CNN News 18.